Live coverage starting soon. Live coverage starting soon. Live coverage starting soon. Live coverage starting soon.
It's time for Kennett Indian Baseball. Title sponsors for our broadcast: Farm Credit Services of Southeast Missouri, Baker Implement Company, NEA Baptist Hospital, and by Wilcoxon's Home Place Furniture. Radio and video sponsors include Glen Sane Motors, Southern Bank, Duncan Sheet Metal, State Farm Agent Greg Wilson, Southeast Missouri State University, the Kennett Country Club, First State Community Bank, and by the Kennett Board of Public Works. Radio sponsors include Harris Pharmacy, Skeeterkill Sporting Goods, Wayne Chiropractic, Wes and Chantel Bentley and Bentley Farms, Ultimate Fitness, FM Bank, and by Patterson's Auto Sales. And now, Kennett Indian Baseball.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Indian Park as we get set for Kennett Indian Baseball this afternoon. And the opponent for the Indians will be the Scott City Rams. Scott City with a great 19-0 record to get this season started. And the Indians currently 6-10. They'll have one more regular season game before they start SEMO conference play on the road at Poplar Bluff on Friday. For the Rams, no conference tournament coming up, but they play in Class 3, District 2. We'll look a little closer at the Rams and also at the Indians as we get set for first pitch this afternoon from Indian Park. One of our great broadcast sponsors is FM Bank, full service, locally owned bank, where they make all their decisions locally. Personal, business, agricultural loans to FM Bank. People matter. Member FDIC. Back with more from Indian Park right after this.
You all hear me tell the stories on our Grand St. ads, and I enjoy people coming to me and referring to certain stories. Some of these stories go way back. We will continue to tell stories, mention our troops, and telling our customers how much our families appreciate their business. Our people always look forward to seeing you. We want you to enjoy your visit. Best price, best service. Glenn St. and God bless our troops.
Hey, this is Daryl Wilcoxon with Wilcoxon's Home Place on the South Bypass in Kennett, Missouri. We're getting new products in every week and would like to help you make your place a show place. Living room suites, recliners, including lift chairs, bedroom suites, mattress sets with adjustable bases, appliances, and TVs. We have several payment options available. Come see us at Wilcoxon's Home Place Furniture and Appliance, 901 South Bypass in Kennett, Missouri. A family furniture tradition for over 70 years.
In Kennett, we know our community because we're a part of it. At Kennett Board of Public Works, we're local, just like you. That means we're just minutes away. With fast response times, we're here for emergencies, ensuring your internet is restored quickly. We offer reliable, high-speed internet to keep your home and business connected. Kennett Board of Public Works, we're your local team, keeping you connected. Here when you need us, always.
At First State Community Bank, we pride ourselves on our personal, friendly approach, and our commitment to the community makes us an effective business partner. That's why we're proud to announce that our efforts have earned us the title of Best In-State Bank for the state of Missouri, awarded by Forbes. We are incredibly grateful to our customers who allow us to be their trusted financial partner. Thank you for your confidence in FSCB and for this recognition as one of the best banks in the state. First State Community Bank. Success starts here. Member FDIC. Online at fscb.com.
Scott City Rams continue to take their infield and outfield practice at Indian Park. Wind blowing out to left field this afternoon, and it's going to be a very pleasant day for baseball at Indian Park. Come on out if you get an opportunity. And this Rams ball club, I mentioned, they're 19-0 on the season. And just looking at their record, some of their impressive victories, they beat Farmington 7-6. Farmington currently with a record of 14-4, so a pretty good ball club there. Kelly took them to 8 innings before Scott City eventually won that one 7-4. And then Woodland, they beat Woodland 4-0. Upcoming games, they do play one of the area teams up around Scott City as they'll play Notre Dame on the 8th, and but we don't see any Cape Centrals or Sykestons or Jacksons on that list of opponents for Scott City. But they have played a very strong schedule. They also have Oran coming up on the 5th of May, so some tough opponents coming up for the Scott City Rams as they come into this one. And looking at their season offensive and defensive stat totals, you can easily see why they're 19-0, as they are averaging 8.2 runs per ball game and allowing only 1.7. So a good offensive output, and stingy defensively are the Rams. For the Kennett Indians, their last win came on the road as we went up to Portageville, and the Indians got a nice win over the Bulldogs of Portageville before they ran into problems in some very close ball games, dropping a close one to Sykeston 8-7, and then they lost to Cape Central 9-6. Then on the road, a game again that the Indians had a very good opportunity to win. They lost to Dyer County over in Tennessee 6-5, Notre Dame 3-1, and then lost 5-4 to Brooklyn. So all 5 of the losses very close losses, and that's an indication they're just not getting the big hits when they need it or not making the play when they need it. And we'll see if all that can turn around here at home today and try to pick up a win over the 19-0 Scott City Rams. Tomorrow, weather permitting, Paragould will be the opponent here at Indian Park for the Indians. Looking at the offensive-defensive stats for Kennett on the season, and they are averaging 4.3 runs per ball game, so not a lot of offensive output. They are allowing 4.4. The 4.4 number isn't terrible for a baseball team, but certainly would like to see the run total averaging up around 6 per ball game, and that really makes a difference. Talking to Charlie Brown earlier this week, and as most knowledgeable baseball folks will tell you, scoring runs will solve a lot of problems, and it'll also prevent you from having so many close games, and that's been the problem, as the Indians have lost a lot of close games, including that season opener, a 3-2 loss at Kelly. Then they they beat Van Buren 6-3. Very nice win there. They lost 4-2 at Dexter, and then looking at other losses, 5-3 to Greene County Tech, and Greene County Tech, a very good ball club. And just the way the season has gone so far, as the Kennett Indians have not been blown out in any ball games this season. Probably their worst loss was to Poplar Bluff back on the 25th of March, a 9-0 loss where the Indians really didn't do anything right in that ball game, but they'll get a chance for revenge in the season or the opening round of the SEMO Conference baseball tournament. That will be at Poplar Bluff on Friday afternoon, and of course we'll have that broadcast for you both on the radio and also our live video streams. We'll take our final pregame break as we await the officials to arrive, and we'll check the starting lineup, Scott City and Kennett, coming up from Indian Park right after this.
At Farm Credit Southeast Missouri, we know that the days of parking your equipment in the shed after a long harvest and taking it easy for a while no longer exist. The business of farming is much more complex. We've been in the ag lending business for over 100 years, and we are ready to help your operation reach its best potential. We've got the loan and crop insurance products and the experience right here ready to serve you. We are your ag lender.
Your ag lender will always be there.
Contact Matthew Poole or Nathan Creed at 888-6624.
Springtime and tournament season are here at the Kennett Country Club. Don't miss your chance to play in the biggest event of the year, the three-man tournament coming up on May 3rd and 4th. Then it's the Mixed Pairs Tournament on May 17th and 18th. These fill up fast. Get your team entered today. Check out their brand new lineup of golf apparel from FootJoy, Greg Norman, Bogey Brothers, and Pins and Aces. Good times, great golf at the Kennett Country Club.
Umpires make their way out to home plate, and the coaches will meet, and they'll exchange lineup cards and go over the ground rules here at Indian Park. While we have a moment, we want to thank all of our sponsors. Now, remember, if you're a golfer, even up in the Scott City area, you're not going to find a better golf tournament than what's going on this weekend at the Kennett Country Club. It's the three-man scramble. It is by far the most popular tournament of the year. Cash prizes and great food and great fun at that tournament. Only a few morning tee times available. They are just about to fill up in that tournament. And always in the last couple of days, they'll have people call and get in that tournament. So if you want to get in it, you need to call out the Pro Shop now and get your team in. Three-man scramble. And it's going on this weekend, practice round. You can go out. I think they'll have a shootout on Friday as well and just have a great time at that. Here, we're going to have baseball in Indian Park. And Harris Pharmacy, one of our great broadcast sponsors. They're locally owned at 1224 First Street in Kennett. Go by and see Darren Harris and his great staff at Harris Pharmacy. We appreciate their sponsorship of our broadcast. Here's the way the Indians will come to the plate in the bottom half of the first and be in the field defensively. When they take to the field in the top half of the first, Hayden Gilmore will lead things off and play center field for the Indians. Caleb Duncan again in the outfield this afternoon as Coach New continues to experiment and shuffling things around. And Caleb has played an excellent left field, of course, an excellent catcher as well. But it gives the Indians a little more flexibility with Caleb in the outfield, and he has done a great job in left field. Caleb bats second for the Indians. Cash Franklin At third base this afternoon, the versatile sophomore will hit third in the batting order for the Indians, and Caden Pruitt will be doing the catching. Caden, the cleanup hitter for Kennett. Jackson Patterson will be at second base for the Indians. Owen Williams, the first baseman for Kennett, will bat sixth. John Baker Brown is the DH and batting seventh for the Indians. Hayden Wilson will be in the field defensively and doing the pitching for Kennett. So Hayden Wilson, the left-handed sophomore, gets the start this afternoon against Scott City. Zane Franklin will bat eighth and play right field. Kate Anderson at shortstop will bat ninth for the Indians. Wayne Chiropractic, one of our great broadcast sponsors. You're now accepting new patients. Don't suffer from those aches and pains. See Dr. Chancellor Wayne. Open Monday, Wednesday, and Friday each week. Wayne Chiropractic. Indians about to take to the field. We'll check the Scott City starting lineup when we return to Indian Park right after this.
Hi, I'm Judith Davis with Southeast Missouri State University, and it's never too early or too late to start your degree. Fall registration is open, and now's the time to take that next step toward your future. At our Kennett campus, you can earn a 4-year degree in psychology, agribusiness, education, or business with affordable options to fit your life. Call today to speak to an advisor about scholarships and financial aid, or visit us at 1230 First Street in Kennett or online at cmo.edu. CMO, your university, your hometown.
Indians take to the field, and taking his warm-up, the sophomore left-hander Hayden Wilson. Great numbers. Hayden coming in, doing a great job for the Indians. Here's the way Coach Cobb's Scott City Rams will take to the field here, or come to the plate in the top of the first inning, as I have one of our friendly wasps land on the back of my neck here. That's a little distracting when you're giving the batting order for Scott City. Lane Holder will lead things off. Lane, the second baseman, hits in the leadoff position. Caden Lowry will be doing the pitching and batting second. Kobe Watson, the shortstop, bats third, and Lane Miller, the cleanup hitter, is the third baseman. Leighton Handback is the catcher. Braden Walton is in right field and batting sixth. Caden Graff is the DH and batting seventh. Tyson Proctor at first base will hit eighth, and Evan Boswell will be in center field and batting ninth for the Rams. Keegan Braun is in left field in the DH position for Scott City. Coach Cobb's ball club 19-0, looking for win number 20 on the season as they come into Indian Park this afternoon. A few scattered clouds in the area. Going to have some rain coming in later. Ball game with Paragould scheduled here at home tomorrow before we go on the road, where they have the turf at Poplar Bluff on Friday. Of course, we have the tarp here at Indian Park, and we'll see if that is utilized as the leadoff hitter, Lane Holder, a left-handed hitter, shakes hands with Caden Pruitt, and the home plate umpire, John Whitaker. Lots of experience. Mr. Whitaker's umpired at all levels of the game and one of the best around. And Hayden Wilson, the lefty, against the left-handed leadoff hitter, gets a strike over the outside corner, and we're underway here at Indian Park. In on the grass at third, it's Cash Franklin to protect against the bunt. Wilson's curveball this time is outside for ball one. 1-1 to Lane Holder. Good to have you along for our broadcast here at Indian Park this afternoon. Come on out if you can. Hard hit ball, and that gets by Owen Williams at first base. Turning on that one, and a hard hit rocket by Owen Williams into right field, and the leadoff man on for Scott City. Zane Franklin gets it in quickly. That brings up Caden Lowry. Lowry will be doing the pitching. He's a right-handed hitter facing Hayden Wilson. Again, the wind blowing out the left field is going to really help any ball hit in the air out toward left. Holder with good speed takes his lead at first. First pitch from Wilson on the outside corner is a strike. As Wilson gets ahead of Lowry. Middle infield at double play depth. Third baseman, Cash Franklin, about even with the bag. And a pickoff throw to first, and that's a wild pickoff throw, and that's going to get the runner down to second and possibly to third. Owen Wilson picks it up. And down to second on the wild pickoff is Holder. That ball back into the runner. Holder, and Owen couldn't get over to it, but he recovers quickly. Now a runner at second base in scoring position, nobody out. Caden Lowry, the batter, with an 0-1 count. The pitch from Wilson. Change up on the outside corner is a called strike. It's quickly 0-2 to Lowry. Kennett outfield straight away. Holder, the base runner at second after a leadoff single. Past Owen Williams into right field. Now the 0-2 pitch to the plate. A swing and a miss and a ball in the dirt. They're going to have to throw to first, and they do for the putout. Holder stays down at second base, and on 3 pitches, Lowry retired from the sophomore left-hander Hayden Wilson. That brings up Kobe Watson, the shortstop. Kobe, a right-handed hitter, has Holder in scoring position down at second base with 1 out here in the top of the first inning. Wilson turns without a throw. Holder back in there safely. Infield, Cash Franklin at third. Kate Anderson, the shortstop. Jackson Patterson at second. Owen Williams at first. Wilson again checks the runner. The pitch to the plate. A curveball is pulled foul, strike 1. Way out in front of that curveball was the batter, Kobe Watson. Outfield is Caleb Duncan in left, Hayden Gilmore in center, and Zane Franklin in right field. Caden Pruitt doing the catching behind the plate, and Kobe Watson standing in the box facing Hayden Wilson. 0-1 the count with a runner at second. The pitch, swing and a miss and an off-speed delivery, and it's quickly 0-2 to Watson. That's what Hayden Wilson has done so well. He can be a very valuable part of this pitching staff and has been since he really jumped into this varsity role. 0-2 the count to Watson, number 3 hitter in the order for the Rams. With a runner at second, he'll smash it out to left field. That's going to get down. Picking it up is Duncan, makes a strong throw all the way in to home. And that'll hold the runner Holder at third. Runners at the corners and 1 down now for Scott City. Caleb Duncan, we again to see his great play out in left field. That certainly saved a run. Now the cleanup hitter, Lane Miller, will come to the plate. Middle infielder, double play depth for the Indians. Watson at first, Holder at third for the Rams. 1 out here in the top of the first as the Rams threatening against Hayden Wilson. A couple of hits here in the inning and a swing and a miss and a changeup, strike 1. You Indian fans are accustomed, if they're ready to play, we're going to get started early. It's just now a minute past 4:30 are scheduled for start time, and we've been playing for about 8 minutes. Next pitch, outside corner is a called strike 2. 2 good pitches from Hayden Wilson. That time the fastball on the outside corner to the right-handed hitting third baseman and cleanup hitter Lane Miller with runners at first and third. Change up and a swing and a miss, and Miller goes down on strikes. Might have been a breaking ball actually that time, and I think it was a breaking ball, and that's out number 2 in the inning. So Leighton Handback, the catcher, will bat. Leighton, a right-handed hitter, facing Hayden Wilson. Couple of hits here in the inning. Holder, a leadoff single to right. Watson, a single to left. Runners at the corners, and now a swing and a ball back to Wilson. The pitcher will toss to first for the out, and the Indians get out of the first with no damage done. Couple of runners stranded for the Rams. We'll go to the bottom of the first inning. Indians come to bat when we return to Indian Park right after this.
Who doesn't love being number 1? When your team's dominating the standings, or your favorite band rocks the charts at number 1, it feels good, right? Kind of like how it feels when you have auto insurance with State Farm. Because making you feel like number 1 is an honor your local State Farm agent takes seriously. Through the good times and not so good, your State Farm agent's proud to be here to help life go right.
See State Farm agent Greg Wilson in Kennett. Call 888-4913.
We are pioneers, dreamers, the ones they said would never make it. and the ones still trying. We're lifesavers, life changers, those who bring life to your world. We're where compassion meets precision and empowerment meets innovation. An expert system of care where love abounds so that God can do the impossible. We are NEA Baptist.
Caden Lowry takes his warm-up tosses as we go to the bottom of the first, as Scott City threatened with a couple of hits in the inning. That nice play in left field off that base hit with the leadoff batter down in second place, or second base, Holder, or at first base, or second base, and Duncan got that ball in all the way to the plate, and that saved a run, no doubt. Now the Indian offense will have their hack at it. It'll be Hayden Gilmore leading things off. Caleb Duncan batting second. Cash Franklin, the number 3 hitter in the order. Caden Pruitt, the catcher, bats cleanup. Jackson Patterson bats fifth. Owen Williams, the 6th place hitter for the Indians. It'll be John Baker Brown, the number 7 hitter. Zane Franklin hitting 8th. And Cade Anderson, the number 9 hitter for the Indians. Hand back, the catcher has his gear on, and he will get behind the plate and take some warm-up tosses from his pitcher, Caden Lowry, the right-hander. Defensively, hand back behind the plate. It's Miller at third, Watson at short, Holder at second, and Proctor, the first baseman. Braun is in left field, Boswell in center, and Walton in right field for Scott City. Skeeter Kill Sporting Goods for over 60 years. They've been providing top-quality sporting goods to the region. Clothes, shoes, sports equipment, uniforms, they do it all at Skeeter Kill. See Roger and Chris and all the great crew at Skeeter Kill. And when you think sports, always think Skeeter Kill in Kennett. Throw goes down to second. We go down to the bottom of the first, and here come the Indians to the plate. Like and share our broadcast this afternoon as leading things off, Hayden Gilmore for the Kennett Indians. Hayden, a great senior season, has really done a great job in that leadoff role for the Indians. Hayden hits from the left side, and he's facing the right-hander. And the first pitch to Hayden on the inside corner is a called strike. Good fastball that time from Lowry. Next pitch, and here's a ground ball to second. First baseman scrambles back to the bag just in time before Hayden Gilmore crosses the bag, so a ground out is how the Indians start. Holder to Proctor. Always a tough play when that first baseman has to go over toward the second base area and then scramble back to the bag. Here's Caleb Duncan batting with one out, nobody on. The first pitch a little bit low to Caleb, ball 1. Kennett Indian Baseball coming to you this afternoon from Indian Park. Great to have you along. Next pitch to Caleb. Caleb hits this one in the air to center field. Going back, Boswell, and it's going to go over his head. And Caleb hits it over the center field fence, and the Indians go up 1-0. Caleb Duncan, touch 'em all. Straight away, center field. Big roar for Caleb as he crushed that one to center field. Boswell, the center fielder, started drifting back, and then he just looked up and watched that one sail out of here. 1-0 Kennett. Now batting is Cash Franklin. Cash with a couple of home runs on the season for the Indians. Both of those coming in the Oran game at Oran. And Cash smokes it to the shortstop, who will leap, and Watson hauls it in. But a very hard-hit ball off of Lowry there, off a bat of Cash Franklin. And the line out is out number 2 in the inning. Watson, the shortstop, a good job there. Now Caden Pruitt, 2 outs. Bats and takes a curveball a little bit inside, ball 1. Indians go up 1-0 in this one. Solo shot to straightaway center field by Caleb Duncan. Next pitch headed home to Pruitt. He gets out of the way of the fastball. That's ball 2 as it's inside. 2-0 the count to Caden Pruitt. Ball 3 is low and outside. Caden Pruitt is the hitter. Caden Lowry the pitcher. Pruitt's name, Kaiden. Lowry is Kaden. Caden against Caden. Ball 4. 4-pitch walk and a 2-out base runner for the Indians as the cleanup hitter for the Indians draws a walk, and here comes Jackson Patterson to the plate. Patterson, the Kennett senior, see if he can keep things going. Courtesy runner coming on as Crafton Binkard will run for the catcher, Caden Pruitt. Solo home run by Caleb Duncan. Kennett leads 1-0 here at the bottom of the first. 2 outs, runner at first, and Lowry facing now Patterson. First pitch a little bit low, ball 1. Lowry's missed with his last 4 deliveries after that line out by Cash Franklin to the shortstop. Out of the stretch, this time the pitcher gets one in there and a rocket over to the first base dugout. Late swing by Patterson. And that evens the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. Two down, runner at first. The 1-1 pitch. A curveball is a little bit inside, ball 2 to Jackson Patterson. Patterson, an early season injury, but he's kind of solidified his position, now batting 5th in the order and playing a good second base defensively for the Indians. Now the 2-1 pitch to Jackson. Low and in the dirt. Good stop back there by Handback. Keeps Binkard down at first base, and the count 3-1. Now on Jackson Patterson. Solo home run. Kennett up 1-0. Runner at first, 2 down. And the 3-1 pitch with the runner going high and inside, ball 4. Now runners at first and second for the Indians. That brings in the senior Owen Williams, first baseman. Owen has some pop. Boy, wouldn't it be nice to see him get one in this wind blowing out to left field. The ball hit by Duncan was not affected by the wind. The wind kind of blowing out to left. And Caleb hit it straight away center. Strike on the outside corner at the knees. Good pitch that time from Caden Lowry. Runners at first and second and 2 down here in the bottom of the first. Kennett leading 1-0. Williams is ready, and the pitch from Lowry fouled off toward the dugout. It's quickly 0-2 on Owen. Big hole over there between first and second if Owen takes it that way. First baseman Proctor holding Patterson on at first. Curveball, and there's a ground ball to second, but second baseman will get it and flip to first for the out. As Holder made the play, and Kennett strands a pair, but they'll get a run. They lead 1-0 as we go to the second. Scott City bats when we return right after this.
Now is the time to get your air conditioner serviced for the warm days ahead. Let the experienced techs at Duncan Sheet Metal replace that old unit with a new high-efficiency unit to stay more comfortable during the upcoming warmer months. A new high-efficiency unit will pay for itself with the big savings you see on your utility bill. Turn to the experts at Duncan Sheet Metal today for service and installation. 601 Highway VV in Kennett.
Duncan Sheet Metal wishes Caleb Duncan and the entire Kennett Indian baseball team the best of luck this season.
Baker Implement Company and Case IH are proud to support area high school athletics.
The same way we have supported our customers and the community for 86 years.
Visit any of our 13 locations in Southeast Missouri and Northeast Arkansas to experience the power of red and the service and support that has kept customers coming back since 1938.
Case IH and Baker Implement Company, supporting our community on the field and in your field.
Patterson Auto Sales on Highway 412 near the Fairgrounds entrance here in Kennett. You need to see Patterson's Auto Sales for that quality ride you've been looking for. Trenton Patterson, he's worked for the big dealerships, and he knows all the tricks of the trade. And I'll guarantee you, Trenton knows how to save you money on your next automobile purchase. Go by and see him. Patterson's Auto Sales. Braden Walton, the right fielder, will lead things off, followed by Graff and Proctor. Left-handed hitting Walton facing the left-hander Hayden Wilson. 14 pitches in inning number 1 from Hayden, and the first pitch is low, ball 1 to Walton. Scott City with a couple of hits in the top half of the first. Stranded runners at first and third in the inning. Caleb Duncan, a solo home run to give the Kennett the lead in the bottom half of the inning. Curveball stays high, ball 2 from Hayden Wilson. Pitching out of the windup is Hayden. Inside corner is a called strike to the left-handed hitting Braden Walton. Two-one pitch. Foul tipped at the plate. The count goes 2-2. Kennett scheduled to play Paragould here tomorrow before starting SEMO Conference Tournament play at Poplar Bluff on Friday. Then they'll play Saturday and again on Monday in the SEMO Conference. Curveball is on the outside corner, called strike 3. Another beautiful pitch from the sophomore Hayden Wilson. And the first man down here in the top of the second inning for Scott City. Caden Graff will hit. DH for the Rams, right-handed hitter. Wilson's first pitch outside, ball 1. We'll talk a little bit more about the SEMO Conference Tournament and the way that will shape up. Here's a pop-up out in the right center field. Hayden Gilmore will call for that one and haul it in for out number 2. Senior center fielder taking control of the fly ball in the air. Calls off the sophomore Zane Franklin. And 2 down here in the top of the second inning for the Rams. Tyson Proctor, the first baseman, will bat for the Rams. Tyson, a right-handed hitter, facing Hayden Wilson. First pitch from Hayden, outside, ball 1. What we've seen from Hayden Wilson, he's always right around the plate. He nibbles on the outside corner and has that very good breaking ball for the sophomore. Here's a hard-hit ball to Cash Franklin on the line at third. Cash will handle it, and that'll do it for the Rams. 1-2-3 in the second. Indians bat, bottom of the second, leading this one 1-0 when we return to Indian Park right after this.
You all hear me tell the stories on our Glen St. ads, and I enjoy people coming to me and referring to certain stories. Some of these stories go way back. We will continue to tell stories, mention our troops, and telling our customers how much our families appreciate their business. Our people always look forward to seeing you. We want you to enjoy your visit. Best price, best service. Glen St. and God bless our troops.
Appreciate Glen St. and all of our broadcast sponsors who make our coverage of Kennett Indian baseball and Kennett Indian sports possible. Matter of fact, long season. We also have some softball coverage for you. We've had football, basketball. Throw down to second for the Indians. It'll be John Baker Brown, Zane Franklin, and Kate Anderson due up in the inning. Then to the top of the order, and Hayden Gilmore, if anyone can reach. Ultimate Fitness in Kennett, one of our great broadcast sponsors. Have that modern, up-to-date workout equipment, 24-hour access. You can work out on your own schedule at Ultimate Fitness, Great membership plans available. Call 888-9000 for more information or go by and see them. They'll give you a tour of the facilities. As first pitch to John Baker Brown, fouled back out of play, and strike one on the Kennett DH. Caden Lowry, 17 pitches in that first inning. Next pitch to Brown. This one's outside. Ball one. 1-1 the count. 19-0, the Rams so far this season. Class 3, District 2 is what they will compete in. Ball two is low. This pitch to John Baker is high. Ball three. 3-1. Caden Lowry, the right-hander. Low ball four, leadoff walk by Brown. So John Baker is at first base. That brings up another sophomore, Zane Franklin for the Indians. Class 3 District 2, some of the top teams in that. Of course, Scott City leading the way at 19-0. Also, Greenville is 12-1. They're in that Class 3 District 2, and East Prairie 14-4. So three pretty tough teams in that Class 3 District 1 that Scott City will compete in. A throw to first, and John Baker is picked off over there. So he's called out. Quick move by Lowry, and that'll be the first out of the inning. Now Zane Franklin batting with the bases empty. And one down here at the bottom of the second. Kennett leads 1-0. Caden Lowry. And here's a hard hit ball to left field, way back, and that's going to short hop the fence. Zane Franklin cruises into second base with a rattling double off the base of the fence in left field. Way to go, Zane. Again, that one was hit more on a line. It didn't have a lot of help from the wind. Now we wish Brown would have still been on first. As it is, though, Franklin at second and one down, and here's the sophomore Cade Anderson. I'm going to mention the record of this JV team, and so many of the JV players also having to play varsity this year. A curveball is a beauty from Lowry, strike one. For the Kennett Indians. They have some seniors on this ball club, but then again, so many youngsters. This ball gets past the catcher into the backstop. That's ball one, and now with one out, Franklin will be in scoring position down at third base. Pitch to Anderson. Anderson pops it up right in front of the plate, and the pitcher will call for it and make the catch in foul territory, and that's the second out of the inning. So Hayden Gilmore will bat with Franklin at third, and two down now in the inning. Hayden grounded out to second his first at bat. First pitch is a curveball for a called strike. Runner at third, two outs here in the bottom of the second. Kennett leading 1-0. Gilmore with a couple of home runs, leading hitter for the Indians. He'll pop this one up. It gets over the backstop. And the count 0-2 on Hayden. Gilmore, 468, the batting average, slugging 851. And he swings and misses. Foul tipped into the catcher's mid-hand back, and that'll do it. Indians strand a runner. Had a great opportunity the inning, but come up empty. We will go to the third as East Prairie comes to the plate, or East Prairie, Scott City comes to the plate in the third, trailing Kennett 1-0.
Hey, this is Daryl Wilcoxon with Wilcoxon's Home Place on the South Bypass in Kennett, Missouri. We're getting new products in every week and would like to help you make your place a show place. Living room suites, recliners, including lift chairs, bedroom suites, mattress sets with adjustable bases, appliances, and TVs. We have several payment options available. Come see us at Wilcoxon's Home Place Furniture and Appliance, 901 South Bypass in Kennett, Missouri. A family furniture tradition for over 70 years.
In Kennett, we know our community because we're a part of it. At Kennett Board of Public Works, we're local, just like you. That means we're just minutes away. With fast response times, we're here for emergencies, ensuring your internet is restored quickly. We offer reliable, high-speed internet to keep your home and business connected. Kennett Board of Public Works, we're your local team, keeping you connected. Here when you need us, always.
Top of the third at Indian Park. Throw goes down to second, and Hayden Wilson will start to work. 23 pitches for Hayden through 2 innings. Going to be 9-1-2. Due up for Scott City. Evan Boswell, the center fielder, will lead things off, followed by Holder and Lowry. Rams retired 1-2-3 in the second inning after getting a couple of hits in the first. And here's a hit to start this inning. That's going to get in the gap and left center field. Gilmore will pick it up and fire it back in, but a leadoff double by Boswell, and he will be down at second base. Is how the Rams start off the inning. That was right between Duncan and Gilmore in left center field. Hayden got it back in, but now we go back to the top of the order and Lane Holder. Holder singled to right field. A hard hit ball past Owen Williams to start the ball game. He was stranded at third base in the inning. Wilson checks the runner at second. The pitch hits him right in the back. So now 2-0. And nobody out. For Scott City. That brings up Caden Lowry, the pitcher. Caden struck out his first at bat facing Wilson. Kennett infield, middle infield at double play depth. Franklin in a bit at third. Owen Williams plays behind Holder at first base. Lowry facing Wilson. Shows bunt, and he bunts it right back to the Kennett pitcher. Picks it up, throws to first in time for the out. So the sacrifice is good. Runners will move up. And one down here in the inning. Couple of runners in scoring position now for Scott City. Wilson fielded that down the third baseline. Made a throw to Owen Williams. Now here's Colby Watson. Colby hammered one his first time up out to left field. Caleb Duncan saved a run as he got it back in quickly as Holder was down at second base on that base hit. Wilson's first pitch, it's a curveball on the outside corner, strike one. 2 on, 1 out, top of the third. Indians up 1-0. Rams threatening here in the third. Wilson again checks the runners. The pitch. Breaking ball hit to third. Backhanded by Franklin. The throw across the diamond in time. Now a throw back to second. The runner in there safely, but we're tied on the ground ball out to Franklin at third. But 2 down now in the inning. That was all Cash could do that time. Franklin to Owen Williams on the play. Holder stays at second base. And here is Lane Miller. We're tied at 1. This ball out of play. Next pitch headed home. Breaking ball in the dirt. Good stop by Pruitt. Keeps the base runner down at second. 1 ball and 1 strike now to count on Lane Miller. Top of the 3rd inning. Miller, the cleanup hitter for the Rams. This pitch, curveball is low. Now the runner tries to go to third. The throw to third is not in time. Pruitt, with a breaking ball in the dirt, made a quick throw down to third base, but Holder had a good jump and slides in there safely. Runner at third with 2 outs, and 2-1 to Miller. Miller fouls it out of play. Now 2-2 the count to Miller. Hand back the catcher will hit if Miller can reach here in the 3rd inning. We're tied at 1 at Indian Park. Come on out. Getting off work at 5 o'clock this afternoon. The pitch, swing and a miss, and that'll do it for the Rams, but they'll get a run and strand a runner at third. We're tied at 1. Indians bat, bottom of the 3rd when we return right after this.
At First State Community Bank, we pride ourselves on our personal, friendly approach, and our commitment to the community makes us an effective business partner. That's why we're proud to announce that our efforts have earned us the title of Best In-State Bank for the state of Missouri, awarded by Forbes. We are incredibly grateful to our customers who allow us to be their trusted financial partner. Thank you for your confidence in FSCB and for this recognition as one of the best banks in the state. First State Community Bank. Success starts here. Member FDIC. Online at fscb.com.
At Farm Credit Southeast Missouri, we know that the days of parking your equipment in the shed after a long harvest and taking it easy for a while no longer exist. The business of farming is much more complex. We've been in the ag lending business for over 100 years, and we are ready to help your operation reach its best potential. We've got the loan and crop insurance products and the experience right here ready to serve you. We are your ag lender.
Your ag lender will always be there.
Contact Matthew Poole or Nathan Creed at 888-6624.
Bentley Farms, one of our great broadcast sponsors of Kennett Indian Baseball. Wes and Chantel Bentley, they're big Kennett Indian Baseball fans. They have Bentley Farms up in Dudley, but Kennett residents and 3 boys that are going to be coming up through the chains. Hope to be on this field playing baseball for the Kennett Indians. The oldest, Gabe, is in the 8th grade. Gaines in kindergarten, and Gatlin just starting preschool. So lots of Bentleys coming up. We appreciate Bentley Farms and their support of our broadcast as Caden Lowry, 29 pitches through 2 innings, will start his 3rd inning of work and facing Caleb Duncan. Caleb gave Kennett a 1-0 lead with a solo home run straightaway center field, his first at bat. Throw goes down to second from hand back, and we're ready to go here in the 3rd. See if the Indians can answer. Very well played ball game so far for both of these ball clubs. Paragould, our scheduled opponent here at Indian Park tomorrow. Have a JV game coming up, and I will get to that Kennett JV record for you after Caleb's at bat. How about that? Lowry's first pitch to Duncan. Curveball is way high, ball 1. To Caleb Duncan. This pitch is low, ball 2 to Caleb. Swing and a miss, 2-1 now to Duncan. Leading things off in the 3rd for the Indians. Caleb takes it on the outside corner. That evens the count. Perfect pitch from Lowry that time at the knees on the outside corner. Wind continues to blow out slightly to left field just after 5 o'clock here at Indian Park. As Duncan bats, leading things off in the 3rd. And this pitch, a curveball, or actually a fastball, tails inside, and that's going to hit Caleb. And the leadoff Man on base for the Indians, Caleb Duncan. Radio broadcast on 98.7 WGCQ FM and KBOA AM 1540 Kennett. Our broadcast stations were on the KTMO streaming platforms. Cash Franklin lined out to the shortstop Watson, his first at bat. Caleb Duncan, the base runner at first for the Indians. And Lowry out of the stretch. The pitch. Outside corner is strike one to Cash Franklin. Wind blowing out to left field. A 1-1 ball game here at Indian Park. Throw to first. Caleb back in there standing up. Tad Jones, our video director and coordinator, handles all of those duties. Monty Lyons handles the radio operations of things. Caleb again takes his lead. This pitch to Cash is fouled out of play. Franklin now in the hole 0-2. Caden Pruitt in the on-deck circle for the Indians. Cash with a deep breath steps back in the box. Caden Lowry will check the runner. Duncan at first, who dances off of first, and the pitch to the plate, foul tipped, and again the catcher hangs on, hand back, and that's out number one in the inning. That's a couple of times hand back is held on to the foul tip. So one down. Duncan at first after being hit by a pitch, and here's the cleanup hitter, Caden Pruitt. Caden drew a walk his first at bat. Throw to first. And Duncan back in there safely. Kennett's had a runner picked off of first so far in the ball game, so we know Lowry has a good move to first base. Caleb's trying to get in his head a little bit over there, dancing off of first. Here's a called strike to Caden Pruitt. Caden against Caden once again. Another throw to first. Duncan back in there safely. Kennett seniors on this ball club. 10-2, the Kennett JV record. 10-2, folks. So a lot of these same players are sophomores and playing varsity and also playing JV baseball. This ball low to Pruitt, evens the count 1-1. So a great JV record for the Indians and a bright future ahead for Kennett Indian baseball. Still a lot of good things can happen this year as they've lost a ton of close games. A curveball is high. Ball 2-1 the count. Dr. Leaker mentioned it first after that tough loss at Notre Dame, and then it just continues to happen for the Indians. Lost so many close ball games. Another throw to first. Duncan back in there standing up. District tournament, Class 4, District 1, will be held right here at Indian Park, and that's always an advantage for the Indians if they get to play at home. Duncan again bounces off of first and missing low and inside. Lowry to Pruitt. The count 3-1 to Caden Pruitt. Big gap in right center field. Right fielder Walton protects the line. Boswell shaded over toward left field for Pruitt. Runner might score if he hits it out in right center. Pitch is inside. Ball 4. So now runners at first and second for the Indians and one down. Here's Jackson Patterson, Kennett senior second baseman, as Binkard comes on once again to run for the Kennett catcher, Pruitt. Patterson also walked back in that first inning. Duncan, the base runner down at second base for Kennett. Jackson fouls it to the backstop, strike one. Duncan at second. Binkard, the base runner at first base for the Indians. This pitch is high. Evens the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. Straight back. Patterson fouls this one to the backstop. The count 1-2 on Jackson. 1 down here in the second inning. Or bottom of the third inning, correction. And these two teams tied at 1. Lowry steps off. Patterson steps out of the box. One-two pitch to Jackson. Headed home. Swing and a miss. That's out number 2 in the inning. It's up to the senior Owen Wilson, who will come to the plate. Now time is called as they'll visit with the pitcher, Caden Lowry. That gives me a chance to mention FCC, Family Counseling Center, one of our great sponsors. They have their behavioral health organization and also their primary care clinic. And their primary care clinic there to keep you healthy with preventive medicine, screenings, education based on patient-centered care. FCC, Family Counseling Center, one of our great broadcast sponsors. Owen Williams with the go-ahead run. Caleb Duncan down at second base as he stands in. Owen grounded out to the second baseman Holder, his first plate appearance. Crafton Binkard, the runner at first base. A couple of runners on the base pass for the Indians. John Baker Brown in the on-deck circle. Owen can reach here with 2 down in the third. First pitch to Owen. Curveball is in there on the inside corner for a called strike. Duncan takes his lead. Second baseman Holder tries to hold him close down there at second base. The pitch to the plate. There's a line drive foul down the first baseline. That was a rocket over the first baseman Proctor's head, but it goes foul, and now Owen in the hole, 0-2. He was trying to take a shot to right center field, and there is a huge gap out there in right center field. That was a rocket, but just foul down the right field line. Duncan at second. Binkard, the base runner at first, for the catcher, Caden Pruitt, takes his lead. 2 down, and the 0-2 pitch to Owen Williams. Owen again fouls it back to the backstop and stays alive, 0-2. Very pleasant day for baseball here at Indian Park. They will play a JV game coming up next. Caden Lowry checks the runner at second. The pitch is a curveball, high, ball 1, 1-2. Caden's pitch count at 51 now as he pitches with 2 outs at the bottom of the third inning. 22 pitches in this third inning for Lowry. Now the 1-2 pitch. Fouled out of play. Owen Williams running that pitch count up as he continues to foul off some tough pitches from the right-hander, Caden Lowry. Duncan, the runner at second. Binkard, the runner at first for the Kennett catcher, Caden Pruitt. The curveball is fouled down the third baseline. Count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes to Owen Williams. Caden Lowry wears the lucky number 13 on his Scott City Rams uniform. Both these teams wearing pinstripes. The Rams with the yellow pants and shirt, the blue pinstripes, and it's pitch low and inside. 2-2 the count now to Williams. Kennett wearing their white jerseys and pants with the black pinstripes. 2-2, 2 outs in the inning and 2 on for the Indians. The pitch to Owen is popped up on the infield, right behind the pitcher's mound. Who wants it? The third baseman, Miller will take control and haul it in for out number 3. Indians strand 2 more and come up empty in the 3rd. We'll go to the 4th. Scott City bats. We're tied at 1 at Indian Park. Back after this.
Springtime and tournament season are here at the Kennett Country Club. Don't miss your chance to play in the biggest event of the year, the 3-man tournament coming up on May 3rd and 4th. Then it's the Mixed Pairs Tournament on May 17th and 18th. These fill up fast. Get your team entered today. Check out their brand new lineup of golf apparel from FootJoy, Greg Norman, Bogey Brothers, and Pins and Aces. Good times, great golf at the Kennett Country Club.
Hi, I'm Judith Davis with Southeast Missouri State University, and it's never too early or too late to start your degree. Fall registration is open, and now's the time to take that next step towards your future. At our Kennett campus, you can earn a 4-year degree in psychology, agribusiness, education, or business with affordable options to fit your life. Call today to speak to an advisor about scholarships and financial aid, or visit us at 1230 First Street in Kennett or online at cmo.edu. CMO, your university, your hometown.
Top of the 4th we go in a 1-1 ball game. It'll be 5, 6, and 7 due up for Scott City. Handback, Walton, and Graff. Proctor, if anyone can reach. And the Kennett sophomore, lefty Hayden Wilson, 33 pitches through 3 innings. Will start his 4th inning of work. And Leighton Handback, the catcher, will step in. He grounded back to the pitcher, Wilson, his first at bat. Wind blowing out to left field here at Indian Park. The right-handed hitter from the lefty, Wilson, takes the first pitch inside and low, ball 1. FM Bank, full-service, locally owned bank where they make all their decisions right here locally. Personal, business, ag loans to FM Bank. People matter. Member FDIC. Ball 2 is low and outside. 2-0 to Handback, leading off the 4th inning. Scott City's run coming in the 3rd. Kennett's in the bottom of the 1st. A solo home run by Caleb Duncan. Foul ball down the 3rd baseline. His turning on that one was Handback, but a little out in front of it as it goes foul. Two 1 pitch from Wilson. Low and inside, ball 3. 3-1 to Handback. Low, ball 4. So leadoff runner on the base pass as Handback draws the walk, the catcher. Braden Walton, the right fielder, hits, left-handed hitter. Braden facing Wilson the first time, a strikeout victim. Middle infield at double play depth. Owen Williams will hold on, the base runner down at first base. Cash Franklin at 3rd has his toes in on the grass to protect against the bunt. We saw the Rams bunt earlier in this ball game with a leadoff runner on at first. We'll see if Walton tries that here against Wilson. Takes ball 1 in the dirt. Blocked there by Pruitt, and the runner Handback will stay down at first base. Lefty on lefty matchup. Hayden Wilson, the sophomore, gets the sign, throws to first. The runner back in there safely, head first, but wasn't close over there at first that time, but not taking any chances. Handback, the base runner. Wilson again checks the runner and the pitch to the plate. Curveball. This one's on the outside corner for a called strike. That evens the count, 1-1. Coach Ronnie Llewellyn with the pitch calm, giving the pitch calls to his pitcher, Hayden Wilson. This call on the outside corner. 2 back-to-back curveballs painting that outside corner, and it's 1-2 to Walton. Those are nasty pitchers to a left-handed hitter. Pitches from Hayden Wilson. The 1-2 is a curveball on the inside corner, and it stays inside for ball 2. Didn't miss by much, but Walton didn't go for it. 2-2 the count. Handback, the base runner at first after a leadoff walk. The 2-2 to Walton. Curveball hit slowly down the first baseline. Owen Williams will pick it up and tag the runner. And they'll throw back to second, but in there safely is Handback after the throw down to second. So that's just as good as a swinging bunt there. Puts the runner down at second base. Owen Williams tags the runner, Handback down to second. Now with one down, Caden Graff will be the hitter. Caden flied out to Hayden Gilmore in center field, his first at bat. This ball hit right back to the pitcher. Wilson's play will be to first, and there's the out there. Handback and moves to third, and he's there now with two down on the little ground ball back to the pitcher. Tyson Proctor, the first baseman, will hit. Tyson lined out to Cash Franklin at third. Cash making a nice play about shoe top high as it whistled at him. First pitch, a curveball inside, ball one. Harris Pharmacy, another one of our great broadcast sponsors, your locally owned pharmacy on 1st Street in Kennett. See Darren Harris and his great staff. Curveball is a beauty on the outside corner, evens the count 1-1. Harris Pharmacy even has free delivery in the Kennett area and that handy drive-through window. MedSync refill reminders come right to your phone at Harris Pharmacy. If you sign up for that. Next pitch, breaking ball stays outside. Ball 2, 2-1 the count to Tyson Proctor. Center fielder Boswell in the on-deck circle for Scott City. Two down, runner at third here in the top of the fourth inning in a 1-1 ball game. Curveball is outside, ball 3, 3-1. After the leadoff walk to Handback, had a ground out to the first baseman and then a ground back to the pitcher. A swing and a miss. The count goes full to Proctor. 3-2 with Handback down at third base now. He represents the go-ahead run here in the fourth. Wind blows out to left field this afternoon at Indian Park, blowing out of the south. Curveball is a beauty for a called strike three. Scott City strands a runner at third. In their half of the fourth, it's Kennett's turn. Bottom of the fourth when we return to Indian Park. We're tied at 1. Back after this.
Who doesn't love being number one? When your team's dominating the standings, or your favorite band rocks the charts at number one, it feels good, right? Kind of like how it feels when you have auto insurance with State Farm. Because making you feel like number one is an honor your local State Farm agent takes seriously. Through the good times and not so good, your State Farm agent's proud to be here to help life go right.
See State Farm agent Greg Wilson in Kennett. Call 888-4913.
We are pioneers, dreamers, the ones they said would never make it, and the ones still trying. We're lifesavers, life changers, those who bring life to your world. We're where compassion meets precision and empowerment meets innovation. An expert system of care where love abounds so that God can do the impossible. We are NEA Baptist.
Bottom of the fourth inning we go, and for the Indians, John Baker Brown, Zane Franklin, and Cade Anderson will be the hitters. Hayden Gilmore, if anyone can reach, and we're tied at 1. Caden Lowry, 55 pitches through 3 innings. The right-hander takes his warm-up. The catcher Handback putting back on the gear as he was stranded at third base in the top half of the inning after a leadoff walk. A couple of ground outs, and then a strikeout. We'll do it for the Rams in the top half of the fourth. John Baker Brown will lead things off as he drew a walk, his first at bat in the ball game. Zane Franklin on deck. He doubled his first at bat, a ball that threatened to get out of here in left center field that hit right at the base of the fence. Lowry's done a very nice job, the right-hander on the mound. Both teams defensively have been up to the task as well in this ball game. Throw goes down to second, and Wayne Chiropractic on First or St. Francis Street in Kennett. Now accepting new patients. They accept Missouri Medicaid, DOT physicals. Don't suffer from those aches and pains. See Dr. Chancellor Wayne. Open Monday, Wednesday, and Friday each week. Wayne Chiropractic, one of our great broadcast sponsors. Kennett sophomore J.B. Brown, right-handed hitter, facing the right-hander Caden Lowry as we get underway here in the bottom of the fourth. First pitch to J.B. Line drive is going to get into right center field. Leadoff single by the Kennett sophomore, J.B. Brown. Way to go, J.B. Ball comes back in from Walton. Now Zane Franklin will hit. John Baker was picked off at first base after having that walk earlier in the ball game. He'll be cautious here as he saw the nice move from Caden Lowry. The throw to first, and this time Brown back in there, standing up. Wind blowing out to left field. Hint, hint. Zane Franklin hit another one like that last one. Hit at the base of the fence for a double. Curveball is low, ball one. Good take that time from Zane Franklin. Good crowd here from Scott City, as you would expect for a 19-0 ball club. Good crowd from Kennett on hand this afternoon. Lots of folks listening and viewing our live video stream this afternoon. Next pitch outside corner is a strike to Zane Franklin, another Kennett sophomore. We got a bunch of them in this order. One pitch to Franklin. A little bit blow for ball two. If Zane wasn't 6'4", that might have been a strike for a 5'10" guy. The knees a little bit higher for Zane Franklin. John Baker Brown takes his lead at first. The 2-1 pitch. He shows bunt and takes it outside, ball three. Coach Aaron New trying to get that go-ahead run in scoring position with nobody out in the inning, but good job by Zane taking that nasty breaking pitch, breaking away from him. 3-1 the count now to Zane. Zane takes it for a strike this time at the knees, and the count goes full, 3-2. John Baker Brown, a leadoff single to right center field. He's the base runner for Kennett. The go-ahead run in this ball game down at first. The throw to first, and Brown back in there safely, standing up. Paragould Rams are our scheduled opponent tomorrow. We see the clouds start to darken the skies, but not anything threatening at this time in the ball game. This pitch is low, ball four. Runners at first and second, as the Indians got something cooking here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Go-ahead run, John Baker Brown down at second base, and here's Cade Anderson. Another Kennett sophomore. He popped out to the pitcher in foul territory, his first at bat. See if Cade can join the hit parade in this one. Third baseman in on the grass. Cade shows bunt and takes it outside, ball one. First baseman Proctor holds on Franklin at first. There's a huge hole between first and second as Holder trying to keep Brown, the base runner at second, close down there. The 1-0 pitch to Anderson. Again, he shows bunt, and he'll foul tip it at the plate. He evens the count, 1-1. On deck is Hayden Gilmore for the Indians. First two have reached. Brown with a single, Franklin with a walk, and the 1-1 pitch to Anderson. Cade shows bunt, pulls it back. Now he bunts it in the air, foul. It's going to get over the backstop and out of play. 1-2, now the count to Cade Anderson. Cade's play at shortstop has just been outstanding this year. Just got better and better as he settled into that role. See if he can get a big hit here and give his Indians the lead. The 1-2 pitch to Cade. Again, he shows butt. He goes after it and misses it. That's a strikeout. One down in the inning, and back to the top of the order, Hayden Gilmore. Hayden wearing the 0 for 2 so far today. He's grounded out and struck out, and that doesn't happen very often. You know what that means, folks. Let's make some noise here with 2 on and just 1 out. Their leading hitter, Hayden Gilmore, at the plate. Hayden takes a breaking ball low, ball 1. Caleb Duncan in the on-deck circle, who gave Kennett a 1-0 lead with a solo home run in the first inning to center field. Now the 1-0 pitch to Gilmore with 2 on and 1 out. Outside corner is a good fastball in there for a called strike from Lowry. Lowry's fastball has a tail to it, running away from these left-handed hitters. Now the 1-1 pitch to Gilmore. Curveball, and Hayden rolls over on it and hits it over toward the Scott City dugout down the first baseline. And Hayden in the hole, 1-2. Gilmore struck out his last at bat on a high and inside fastball from Lowry. Pitch number 70 in the ball game from Caden Lowry to Hayden Gilmore with 2 on and 1 out. The 1-2. Oh, a good cut at a fastball, and Hayden fouled it right back at us here in the booth. Count remains 1-2. He had a cut on that one. Wind blowing out slightly to left field here at Indian Park this afternoon. 1-2, the count to Gilmore. 1 down, Brown at second. Zane Franklin at first. The pitch to Hayden. Hits it in the air. Center field, and Boswell will drift over to his left a bit and make the catch for out number 2. Big out there for Scott City as Gilmore retired on the fly out to center field. So Brown remains at second, Zane Franklin at first, and now Caleb Duncan. Caleb was hit his second at bat, so see if he can repeat what he did in the first inning when he hit a shot out to straightaway center field. We'll take it to left field too, Caleb, if you want to turn on one. 2 on, 2 out for the Indians. Breaking ball is low and a good stop by Handback. Keep the runners right where they are. 1-0, the count. The Kennett senior, Caleb Duncan. Next pitch to Caleb. It's low. This one scoots away from the catcher, and the runners will move up on this one. So runners now in 2 of them in scoring position as Brown will move up to third base on the pitch, and Franklin down to second base. Base hit here from Caleb could give the Indians a 3-1 lead. 2-0, the count to Duncan. Caleb takes it for a strike at the knees, 2-1. Not the one you want when you're ahead 2-0 as Lowry painted the bottom of the zone that time. Now the 2-1 to Duncan. Caleb pops it over the backstop. And the count now 2-2 to the Kennett senior, Caleb Duncan. Outfield straight away for Caleb. Infield back with runners at second and third and 2 down. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the count to Duncan. The pitch, Caleb takes it in. Oh, they call that a strike. I don't think Caleb agreed with that one. But a called strike on the inside corner just almost hit him. And that'll do it for the Indians. So we'll go to the 5th. Scott City dodges another bullet. We remain tied 1-1 at Indian Park. Rams to bat when we return.
Now is the time to get your air conditioner serviced for the warm days ahead. Let the experienced techs at Duncan Sheet Metal replace that old unit with a new high-efficiency unit to stay more comfortable during the upcoming warmer months. A new high-efficiency unit will pay for itself with the big savings you see on your utility bill. Turn to the experts at Duncan Sheet Metal today for service and installation. 601 Highway VV in Kennett.
Duncan Sheet Metal wishes Caleb Duncan and the entire Kennett Indian baseball team the best of luck this season.
Baker Implement Company and Case IH are proud to support area high school athletics.
The same way we have supported our customers and the community for 86 years.
Visit any of our 13 locations in Southeast Missouri and Northeast Arkansas to experience the power of red and the service and support that has kept customers coming back since 1938.
Case IH and Baker Implement Company, supporting our community on the field and in your field.
New pitcher on for the Indians will be the sophomore Cade Anderson, as Hayden Wilson's day comes to an end with 50 pitches. Gave up 3 hits, 1 run in the ballgame. He walked 1 and struck out 5. He also hit a batter. And a great performance by Hayden Wilson. Now another sophomore comes on for Kennett. It'll be 9-1-2 for the Rams here in the 5th. Kennett having to be careful with the pitch counts with these pitchers. As a game tomorrow, and the SEMO Conference play starts on Friday, and they'll play again on Saturday. Anderson with a beauty curveball in there as a called strike. So now the right-hander Anderson comes on. Cass Franklin moves to shortstop in Anderson's position. Here's a fly ball out to right field. Going back a couple of steps, Zane Franklin in right, and there's out number 1. Good job, Zane, out in right field, and good job, Cade Anderson, getting the first out of this 5th inning. Now back to the top of the order, and Lane Holder will hit. Lane a base hit to lead off the ball game, and he's been hit by a pitch. Now facing the right-hander, Cade Anderson. So Kennett loses the DH player in the field as the DH, J.B. Brown, now goes in defensively in the field for Hayden Wilson. First pitch high and outside, ball 1 from Anderson. Ideally, Kennett wants to keep Cade's pitch count fairly low in these final 3 innings. Breaking ball is low, ball 2. Maybe I shouldn't have said anything. Skeeter Kill Sporting Goods, over 60 years providing the area with top quality sporting goods. Shoes, clothes, sporting equipment. They'll suit up your team. They do it all. See Roger and Chris and the crew at Skeeter Kill. Strike in there, 2-1. The count now to Lane Holder. When you think sports, think Skeeter Kill. 2-1 pitch, a little fister out in the right field. 2 for 2 as the leadoff hitter Lane Holder with a base hit to right with 1 down. Good quick hands from Holder. Franklin gets it in quickly. Holder's been a regular out on the base pass in this ball game. Now the pitcher Caden Lowry will hit. Caden struck out and had a sacrifice bunt back to the pitcher. See if they might do that again with the 1 out here in the inning. First pitch from Anderson, a curveball, knocked down by Pruitt at the plate, and the runner stays put, ball 1. Top of the 5th inning, we're tied at 1. The 19-0 Scott City Rams, the opponent. Be a big win for the Indians if they could pull off the home victory here and get a little momentum. Pitch is inside and fouled off as the runner Holder going. That's going to get out of play down the left side. And even the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. No indication of Lowry bunting with 1 out. I don't really blame him. Both of these starting pitchers have done a great job, and now Cade Anderson in relief for Kennett. 1-1 pitch. Low, and again, Pruitt with a nice stop behind the plate. You have to remember, Pruitt hadn't caught a whole lot in varsity action until Caleb Duncan. On some recent games have been moved out to the outfield to give Kennett a little more versatility. The sophomore Caden Pruitt's done a nice job behind the plate, an excellent job in left field. Caleb Duncan. Throw to first, good move, and they pick off the runner holder. We knew Cade Anderson had a good move, and they pick off the base runner holder. He was caught leaning. Now both teams have had a runner picked off in the ball game, and that's a big out. 2-1. Now Caden Lowry at the plate with the bases empty. Cade Anderson. The pitch. Breaking ball as a strike on the inside corner. 2-2 the count to Lowry. Two down. The 2-2. This ball hits the batter. Curveball got away from Anderson, so a hit by a pitch. A 2-out base runner for the Rams. Now the number 3 hitter, Colby Watson, will hit. The shortstop for the Rams singled out to left, and he's grounded out to third. Single coming back in that first inning when the Rams threatened. They had to hold her down at second base, but Duncan making a great play on that to keep the runner from scoring. Now the pitch, low and outside, and again Pruitt with a nice backhand to prevent a wild pitch and putting the runner in scoring position. 1-0, the count to Watson. Outfield deep and plays the number 3 hitter around to pull. Righty on righty matchup in Anderson. Breaking ball is low and outside. Ball 2 from Cade. Cade has done a very good job on the mound for the Indians as well this year. He's been a solid performer. Here's a ground ball to Franklin at short. Flips to Patterson at second for the fielder's choice. And that'll do it for the Rams. They'll strand a runner in the 5th. Kennett's turn when we return. Bottom of the 5th. And a 1-1 ball game right after this.
You all hear me tell the stories on our Grand St. ads. And I enjoy people coming to me and referring to certain stories. Some of these stories go way back. We will continue to tell stories, mention our troops, and telling our customers how much our families appreciate their business. Our people always look forward to seeing you. We want you to enjoy your visit. Best price, best service. Glenn Sane, and God bless our troops.
Hey, this is Daryl Wilcoxon with Wilcoxon's Home Place on the South Bypass in Kennett, Missouri. We're getting new products in every week and would like to help you make your place a show place. Living room suites, recliners, including lift chairs, bedroom suites, mattress sets with adjustable bases, appliances, and TVs. We have several payment options available. Come see us at Wilcoxon's Home Place Furniture and Appliance, 901 South Bypass in Kennett, Missouri. A family furniture tradition for over 70 years.
Caden Lowry will work the bottom of the 5th inning. 76 pitches for the Scott City right-hander as he comes into this one. Tomorrow it will be Malden going to Scott City, and they will play again on Saturday. East Prairie, the opponent on Saturday, also a home ball game for the Rams. So they have upcoming games as well, just like the Kennett Indians. Yesterday's ball game against Jackson rained out. Lots of rain up north, and that ball game rained out and rescheduled for the final game of the season. So they'll have to go on the road before starting district play here at Indian Park. Good to have you along. Kennett Indian baseball this afternoon. On the 14th of May, that's when that game has been rescheduled. Donovan, the last home game here at Kennett on the 8th, and then up at Jackson on the 14th before we start district play here at Indian Park. Lowry finishes warm-up tosses, and it'll be 3, 4, and 5 due up for the Indians. Cash Franklin, Caden Pruitt, and Jackson Patterson. Cash hit the ball hard. His first at bat, lining out to the shortstop Watson, who robbed him for a hit. And he struck out his second at bat facing Lowry. Here we go in the 5th. First pitch is fouled off. Strike 1 to the Kennett sophomore, Cash Franklin. Coach Ronnie Llewellyn and Coach Aaron knew they'll have to work out their strategies, how they're going to go with their pitching staff. That's the big question. Here's a strike, and 0-2 the count. Now to Cash Franklin. Fastball on the outside corner. Paragould the opponent tomorrow if it doesn't rain it out, and then SEMO Conference action on Friday. Cash fouls it off and stays alive, 0-2. Overcast skies here at Indian Park this afternoon. If you're watching our broadcast, you can tell, but nothing ominous in the way of rain showers. Here's a hard hit ball into left field. Cash waited on the curveball and singles to left. Leadoff base runner now at first base. It's a good job by Cash waiting back and hitting that ball into left field. Braun gets it in quickly. Now Cash Franklin at first. Have a runner coming in for him. A pinch runner will be Will Leaker. So Will with good speed on the base pass. And Caden Pruitt will hit the Kennett cleanup hitter. Couple of walks in the ball game so far for Pruitt facing Caden Lowry. Middle infield at double play depth for the Rams. Third baseman Miller just near the edge of the grass as he creeps in just a bit at third base for the Kennett cleanup hitter. Both teams have threatened in this ball game. Kennett's run coming in the bottom of the first inning, a solo home run by Caleb Duncan. Scott City's run coming in the third. But both teams have stranded several good opportunities in the ball game. A well-played game by both teams, showing bunt and taking a ball outside and low is Caden Pruitt, ball 1. Jackson Patterson in the on-deck circle for Kennett. In a 1-1 ball game, Coach Aaron News thinking, let's try to get a run across the plate any way we can. Now the 1-0 pitch to Caden. Now the pitcher will step off and look Cash Franklin, or actually Will Leaker running for Cash Franklin back to first base. The 1-0 pitch. A bunt right back in front of the mound. Good play as the throw to first is for the out. The sacrifice successful. Gets a runner in scoring position. Lowry over to Proctor. And Leaker moves down to second base as he's down there with one out. And here's Jackson Patterson. Jackson has walked and struck out in the ball game. See if Jackson Sr. can come up with a big hit here. Takes ball 1 low from Caden Lowry. Patterson Auto Sales, one of our great broadcast sponsors, while Jackson Patterson stands in the box. Don't buy that car till you talk to Patterson's Auto Sales. Trenton Patterson's going to save you money. Cars, trucks, SUVs, they can get them. Ball 2, high and tight to Jackson Patterson. Trenton's worked for the big dealerships, and he knows all the tricks of the trade. Go by and see him. He'll give you a great deal on a great vehicle. Patterson's Auto Sales. 2-0 the count to Jackson Patterson with Will Leaker down at second base running for Cash Franklin, who had a leadoff single. A bunt by Caden Pruitt puts Leaker down at second. Ball comes over the screen and out in center field. They have a practice going on over at one of the other side fields here at Indian Park. Center fielder Boswell takes care of that. Now we're ready for action. 2-0 the count to Jackson Patterson. Go ahead run at second. Jackson turns on it and hits it foul. Watch out, Coach New. That was a rocket. 2-1 the count to Jackson Patterson. Jackson, when I was out here earlier, a few days ago when the softball girls were about to play, he was one of several out here just hitting on their own, trying to get better. A 2-1 pitch, and he hits it back up the middle. That'll advance the runner, and a bad hop picked up by the second baseman. The wild throw gets to the backstop, and the runners will stay put at first and third. Watson had it roll up his arm, goes right to Holder, but Holder's throw was off the mark, and everybody's going to be safe. So runners at the corners now for the Indians. Here is Owen Williams, senior Owen Williams this afternoon, who's grounded out and popped out. Big time for the senior Owen Williams to come through and give his Indians the lead. First pitch to Owen. Pitch on the outside corner is a beauty at the knees, called strike one. Not the one that Owen probably wanted to go to start the at-bat. Caden Lowry, give him credit. A nasty fastball. Now the 0-1 pitch to Owen. Fouls it out of play, and now 0-2. Last at-bat, Owen just kept fouling off pitches and fouling off pitches before Lowry finally got the best of him. Caden Lowry now with 88 pitches in the ball game. 0-2 the count to Owen Williams with one down here at the bottom of the fifth. The go-ahead run at third is Will Leaker running for Cash Franklin. Jackson Patterson, the runner at first. Owen Williams, the 0-2 outside corner is called strike three. Lowry comes up with a big, big pitch on the outside corner. Here's J.B. Brown. Kennett sophomore J.B. Brown had a single his last at bat. Little line drive out to right field. J.B. has also walked in the ball game. A tying run at third. Will Leaker. Beautiful curveball is a called strike. Can Kennett get the big two-out hit? Can they find a way to get this run home? 0-1 the count to J.B. Brown. Two down. Leaker at third. Patterson at first. This is a strike. A fastball on the outside corner. And it's 0-2 to J.B. Kennett sophomore. Steps out of the box. Takes a deep breath. Now stands back in. 0-2 the count to J.B. Early break. They're going to fake the throw to second, but no throw, and they ran the old first and third, and Scott City didn't fall for it as Jackson Patterson was trying to get in the rundown. Scott City wouldn't go for it. 0-2 the count to J.B. Brown. Now a couple of runners in scoring position if J.B. can get another hit. The pitch. J.B. fouls it out of play. Count remains 0-2. Good ball game at Indian Park this afternoon. We're tied at 1 at the bottom of the fifth inning. 19-0 Scott City. Battling the Kennett Indians here on their home turf this afternoon. Caden Lowry with 92 pitches now in the ball game, trying to get through this fifth inning. J.B. Brown, Kennett sophomore, at the plate. Runners at second and third in the 0-2 pitch. J.B. smokes it down the third base line, but foul. Boy, turned on that one. Kennett fans would go nuts if that one would have been fair. Count remains 0-2 to J.B. John Baker Brown. Caden Lowry pitching off the stretch. Leaker takes his lead from third. And a pitch. High, ball one. John Baker wouldn't go for it. Laid off that high fastball. Now it's 1-2. Zane Franklin in the on-deck circle. Jackson Patterson, the runner at second. Will Leaker running for Cash Franklin is down at third. The 1-2 pitch to J.B. Brown. A curveball is strike three called. Froze him with a breaking ball over the inside corner. Kennett strands another couple of runners. They come up empty in the fifth. We go to the sixth, and we're still tied 1-1. Rams bat when we return right after this.
In Kennett, we know our community because we're a part of it. At Kennett Board of Public Works, we're local, just like you. That means we're just minutes away. With fast response times, we're here for emergencies, ensuring your internet is restored quickly. We offer reliable, high-speed internet to keep your home and business connected. Kennett Board of Public Works, we're your local team, keeping you connected. Here when you need us, always.
At First State Community Bank, we pride ourselves on our personal, friendly approach, and our commitment to the community makes us an effective business partner. That's why we're proud to announce that our efforts have earned us the title of Best In-State Bank for the state of Missouri, awarded by Forbes. We are incredibly grateful to our customers who allow us to be their trusted financial partner. Thank you for your confidence in FSCB and for this recognition as one of the best banks in the state. First State Community Bank. Success starts here. Member FDIC. Online at fscb.com.
Top of the sixth we go. It'll be 4, 5, and 6 due up for the Rams. Miller, Handback, and Walton. And Cade Anderson starts his second inning in relief. 14 pitches in that fifth inning for Cade. We're tied at 1. Kennett's run coming in the first. Solo home run by Caleb Duncan to center field. Rams run coming in the third. Both teams with opportunities, but both teams coming up empty throughout the rest of the ball game as we move to the sixth. Lane Miller, cleanup hitter, is 0 for 2 this afternoon. Lane has struck out both plate appearances. Facing Anderson for the first time, takes ball one outside. Ultimate Fitness in Kennett, one of our great broadcast sponsors. Modern, up-to-date workout equipment with 24-hour access. The next pitch. Hard hit ball down the third base line under the glove of J.B. Brown into left field. J.B. tried to backhand that one, but stayed under his glove. Caleb Duncan gets it in quickly, and the leadoff runner on for Scott City. Catcher Leighton Handback will hit now. Leighton has grounded out to the pitcher and also walked in the ball game. Kennett would love the double play. Brown moves in to protect against the bunt at third. Anderson throws to first, and the runner Miller back there diving head first. Ultimate Fitness, once again, 24-hour access. You need to find out about their great membership plans. Call 888-9000 or go by and see them. Ultimate Fitness. Right here in Kennett. This pitch inside and low, ball one to Handbeck. 1-1 ball game as we play in the top of the sixth inning at Indian Park. Leadoff base runner is Miller. Strike on the outside corner. Evens the count 1-1. How about that double play? Cash Franklin at short. Jackson Patterson, the second baseman. Middle part of the infield. Strike on the outside corner is a beauty from Cade Anderson. Now it's 0-2 to Leighton Handback. Anderson out of the stretch. The 1-2. High and tight. Ball two. Paragould Rams scheduled to come to Indian Park tomorrow. Then we go on the road Friday to Poplar Bluff to start SEMO Conference tournament play as we take on the Mules. 2-2 the count to Handback with a runner at first, and a curveball inside corner is a called strike three. That was a beauty from Cade Anderson, and the first man retired. How about that double play now if you're an Indian fan? Braden Walton has other plans. Left-handed hitting right fielder stands in the box. Walton is struck out and grounded out to the Kennett first baseman, Owen Williams. Owen holds on Miller, who had a leadoff single in the inning. First pitch is high, ball one. Pruitt up quickly. Looking down at first without a throw as Miller Didn't dance too far off the bag. Again, that double play would be nice here if you're an Indian fan. The 1-0 pitch to Walton. Swing and a miss. He took a big cut at that one. And that evens the count 1-1. Miller takes his lead at first. Owen Williams holds him on. Cade Anderson gets the sign, and Braden Walton gets the 1-1 pitch, and he takes it for a strike on the outside corner. Good pitch from Anderson. Low and at the knees to the left-handed hitter. Now the 1-2 pitch to Walton. Miller at first. Good lead down there. And he goes with a pitch and a ground ball to second. The only play will be to first, and they'll throw to first for the out. Jackson Patterson gets it over there in time, and the base runner Walton thrown out at first base on the ground ball. Pretty close play. Scott City fans thought, oh, now what they're going to say was they called him out. Yep, he is out. So I was about to say, looked like he got out by about half a step down there at first base. That puts the go-ahead run at second as Miller advances up on the play. So let's put him down there. 2 outs in the inning. Here's Caden Graff. Caden's 0 for 2 this afternoon. So Anderson tries to get out of the 6th with a 1-1 ball game. Gets a fly ball out in the shallow center field. That one's going to drop. Gilmore comes up. Gilmore fires to the plate. It's cut off, and they'll throw down to second and make the tag on the base runner, but the run will score. Scott City goes up 2-1 on the RBI single. Owen Williams cut the ball off and threw it down to second, and they tag Graff trying to go to second on the throw. But Scott City leads now 2-1. Indians bat, bottom of the 6th when we return to Indian Park right after this.
At Farm Credit Southeast Missouri, we know that the days of parking your equipment in the shed after a long harvest and taking it easy for a while no longer exist. The business of farming is much more complex. We've been in the ag lending business for over 100 years, and we are ready to help your operation reach its best potential. We've got the loan and crop insurance products and the experience right here ready to serve you. We are your ag lender.
Your ag lender will always be there.
Contact Matthew Poole or Nathan Creed at 888-6624.
Springtime and tournament season are here at the Kennett Country Club. Don't miss your chance to play in the biggest event of the year, the 3-man tournament coming up on May 3rd and 4th. Then it's the Mixed Pairs Tournament on May 17th and 18th. These fill up fast. Get your team entered today. Check out their brand new lineup of golf apparel from FootJoy, Greg Norman, Bogey Brothers, and Pins and Aces. Good times, great golf at the Kennett Country Club.
Hi, I'm Judith Davis with Southeast Missouri State University, and it's never too early or too late to start your degree. Fall registration is open, and now's the time to take that next step toward your future. At our Kennett campus, you can earn a 4-year degree in psychology, agribusiness, education, or business with affordable options to fit your life. Call today to speak to an advisor about scholarships and financial aid, or visit us at 1230 1st Street in Kennett or online at cmo.edu. CMO, your university, your hometown.
Scott City leads 2-1 as we go to the bottom of the 6th. Zane Franklin, Cade Anderson, then back to the top of the order, and Hayden Gilmore. And Kobe Watson moves in from shortstop, third baseman. Miller will move to short. Lowry, the pitcher, moves to third. Hard-throwing right-hander, Kobe Watson. Trying to close this one out. Scott City up now 2-1. A foul ball at the plate. Strike one to Zane Franklin. Zane is 1 for 1 this afternoon as he doubled on a fly ball to left field, and he walked to second at bat. Scott City finally got that 2-out hit. We had a run come across in this ball game. This pitch low and at the knees, a called strike to Zane Franklin. Quickly 0-2 to Zane, leading off the bottom of the 6th for the Indians. This one's low and outside. Ball 1, 1-2 the count from Kobe Watson. 1-2 to Franklin. This one misses inside, ball 2. Lowry got the start and did a great job. Gave up 1 run, a solo home run to center field. Both teams have threatened throughout the ball game until finally a 2-out hit gives Scott City a 2-1 lead in the top half of the 6th. Now we're in the bottom of the 6th. A 2-2 is fouled straight back. Good cut at that one by Zane Franklin. Again, the wind blowing out just a bit to left field. So we're a couple of minutes after 6 o'clock. Our radio broadcast on WGCQ FM Hayti Kennett, KBOA AM 1540 Kennett. Our 2 broadcast stations. Curveball is high and tight. Ball 3, 3-2. Kennett trying to get the leadoff runner on base here in the 6th inning. Facing Colby Watson, the 3-2 pitch to Zane Franklin. It's low. There's that leadoff base runner as Watson walks the first man he faces, and good speed on the base pass. Zane Franklin. Now here's Cade Anderson with Hayden Gilmore in the on-deck circle. Franklin the tying run down at first base. We play in the bottom of the 6th inning. Great ball game here at Indian Park. We're coming to you with our live stream on the KTMO The Wolf streaming platforms. Cade bunts it down the third baseline. That's a beauty. The sacrifice is going to be good as Franklin down to second. That was a beautiful play, and Lowry makes the strike over to first base with the bunt down the third baseline. Now Franklin in scoring position. Back to the top of the order, Hayden Gilmore. Let's go, Hayden. Let's do it here. Curveball is outside, ball 1 from Colby Watson. Like to see Hayden give one a ride here. Misses outside with this one, 2-0. First 2 haven't been too close to Hayden. He wouldn't go for it. He's 0 for 3, and that has not happened very often this season. Not sure if it has happened this season. Now the 2-0 pitch to Hayden. Oh, a big swing and a miss. He took his cut at that one, but came up empty. 2-1 the count to Gilmore. The tying run is Zane Franklin down at second. Miller, the shortstop, tries to keep him close. The 2-1 pitch. Now to Hayden. Low, ball 3, 3-1. Caleb Duncan in the on-deck circle. I will guarantee you Hayden Gilmore has the green light on 3-1 here with the tying run at second base here in the bottom of the 6th inning. If Hayden gets one he likes from Colby Watson. Here's Watson's pitch. Hayden swings and misses, and the count goes full. 3-2. 1 out in the inning. Anderson with a sacrifice bunt after the Franklin walk. Gets him down to second and a 3-2, and Gilmore fouls it out of play. Count remains 3-2. Great ball game here at Indian Park this afternoon. 2-1. These two teams have been battling it out. Tying run at second for the Indians. Their leading hitter, Hayden Gilmore, at the plate. The 3-2 to Hayden. Low, ball 4. Couple of walks in the inning, and Kennett was something cooking here in the bottom of the 6th, facing Colby Watson, and Caleb Duncan will hit. Solo home run in the bottom of the 1st. Caleb gave Kennett the early lead. He's been hit by a pitch and struck out his last at bat and facing Watson for the first time. Tying run at second, go-ahead run at first. And ball 1 is low and outside to Caleb Duncan. So we play in the bottom of the 6th inning. Colby Watson out of the stretch. Next pitch. Caleb fouls it out on the softball field. Evens the count 1-1. Caleb is ready. Watson gets the sign. The 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-2 now the count to Caleb Duncan. Tying run is Zane Franklin down at second base. Hayden Gilmore at first base with great speed. He represents the go-ahead run. Caleb Duncan with one out at the plate with a 1-2 count. Curveball goes back to the backstop. Now the go-ahead run will be at second base. The tying run at third base with the wild pitch. Now a base hit would really make things interesting. 2-2 the count to Caleb. Let's go, Caleb. The pitch. Low and outside, ball 3. 2 base runners have reached via the walk here in the inning. The sacrifice bunt is where the out came from, as Cade Anderson with a nice sacrifice. And now 3-2 the count to Caleb Duncan with one down. Ball 4 is low. Caleb takes a walk and the bases are loaded for the Indians. Here comes Cash Franklin to the plate. The Indians could blow this thing open here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Number 3 hitter Cash Franklin is 1 for 3 on the afternoon. Singled on a hard ground ball to left field his last at bat. Lined out on a hard hit ball to the shortstop. Now our runner coming on for the Indians will be Sam Porterfield down at second base. For Gilmore. Cash Franklin with the bases loaded, one down in a 2-1 ball game. Ball 1 is low. A walk and we're tied. A base hit and we could be up by 1. Kennett trails 2-1. One down, bases loaded, bottom of the 6th. Next pitch. Hard hit ball into left field is a base hit. Left fielder comes up. We're going to stop the runners and we're tied and the bases remain loaded. RBI single, Cash Franklin into left field. Indians tied at 2. Way to go, Cash. That ball was hit so hard, Braun came up. I thought they might send Porterfield, but Coach New holds him up. Now Caden Pruitt can give Kennett the lead. Kennett cleanup hitter. Has reached every time, couple of walks, and then had a sacrifice, and strike 1 is in there at the knees. To Pruitt, Jackson Patterson in the on-deck circle. We're tied at 2, and the bases loaded here in the bottom of the 6th. Foul tip, and it's quickly 0-2 on Pruitt. Infield is in for the Rams. Corner infielders are in. Holder is in at second. Shortstop Miller is about medium depth, and now he comes in. 0-2 the count to Pruitt. And the pitch. Caden puts it in play, a high hopper. This will get the run home. Everybody's safe as the pitcher tried to barehand it and get the runner at home. Kennett goes up 3-2. Still one out in the inning, and the base is loaded. That was just a high hopper. I think it even hit the plate. The pitcher tried to barehand it and make the play home, but couldn't come up with it cleanly. Now Kennett up in the ball game, and here's Jackson Patterson. Runner coming home for the Indians. A strike is in there, and it's quickly 0-2 to Jackson. See if Patterson can fight back from the 0-2 count. A couple of good pitches in there from Kobe Watson. Kennett now leads 3-2. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss by Patterson. Jackson goes down on strikes, and that's the second out of the inning. How about a 2-out hit from Owen Williams, the senior? Base is still loaded for the Indians. They lead it 3-2. 0 for 3. This would be a great time to get his first hit of the ball game and a called strike. From Kobe Watson. He's thrown 30 pitches here in relief in this inning. Now the 0-1. Breaking ball right at the plate is foul in the batter's box, and it's quickly 0-2 to Owen Williams. They put a pinch runner in for Hayden Gilmore. My guess is Hayden's going to come in and try to pitch the ninth and try to get the save in this ball game. 0-2, the count to Owen Williams. Kennett up 3-2, looking for more with the bases loaded, and the curveball is a beauty. That one breaks right across the heart of the plate, and the Indians strand the bases loaded, but they put two on the board and lead it 3-2. Bottom of the seventh, or top of the seventh we go. We'll see if the Indians can close this one out and get a W in the victory column on the season when we return to Indian Park right after this.
Who doesn't love being number one? When your team's dominating the standings, or your favorite band rocks the charts at number one, it feels good, right? Kind of like how it feels when you have auto insurance with State Farm. Because making you feel like number one is an honor your local State Farm agent takes seriously. Through the good times and not so good, your State Farm agent's proud to be here to help life go right.
See State Farm agent Greg Wilson in Kennett. Call 888-4913.
We are pioneers, dreamers, the ones they said would never make it, and the ones still trying. We're lifesavers, life changers, those who bring life to your world. We're where compassion meets precision and empowerment meets innovation. An expert system of care where love abounds so that God can do the impossible. We are NEA Baptist.
Now is the time to get your air conditioner serviced for the warm days ahead. Let the experienced techs at Duncan Sheet Metal replace that old unit with a new high-efficiency unit to stay more comfortable during the upcoming warmer months. A new high-efficiency unit will pay for itself with the big savings you see on your utility bill. Turn to the experts at Duncan Sheet Metal today for service and installation. 601 Highway VV in Kennett.
Duncan Sheet Metal wishes Caleb Duncan and the entire Kennett Indian baseball team the best of luck this season.
As we expected, the Indians will bring in Hayden Gilmore, trying to close this one out. Let me reset the scoreboard. We are going to the top of the seventh inning, folks, and the Indians is clinging to a 3-2 lead. 2 runs in the bottom of the sixth. The Indians take the lead, and Hayden Gilmore, left-handed ace, will take his warm-up tosses. Defensive changes are a bundle for the Indians. Cash Franklin to third, Kate Anderson to short. Left fielder Caleb Duncan goes to center. Zane Franklin goes to left field. And I believe it's Binkard in right field, but I'm not certain because I cannot see that number. But we do have a new right fielder into the ballgame for the Indians. For Scott City, 8-9-1, due up here in the top of the seventh. And Kennett leads it 3-2, and Hayden Gilmore will try to close things out for the Indians. Hayden needed a little work. It's been a while. Want to keep it sweet and simple here in the ninth and get the W. Fastball on the outside corner is a smoker and a called strike one. 0-1 to Tyson Proctor. Proctor 0 for 2 on the day. Gilmore's next pitch to the plate. This fastball high and outside. Gilmore can hit the high 80s. So he flirts with 90 occasionally with the fastball. Now the 1-1 pitch to Proctor. Swing and a miss and a nasty fastball. Low and at the knees on the outside corner. And it's 1-2 now to Tyson Proctor. Kennett leads 3-2, top of the seventh at Indian Park. Gilmore's 1-2 pitch. High, ball 2. 2-2 the count. Nothing but fastballs from the Kennett senior Hayden Gilmore so far. Proctor's ready. Hayden Gilmore's 2-2 pitch. Hit to center field. Right at Caleb Duncan, who's moved over from left field. There's out number 1 for the Indians in the ninth. Or I say the ninth, the seventh. Fly ball to center field and 1 man down. Watch too much Major League Baseball here, I guess. Evan Boswell will hit. Boswell is 1 for 2 on the day. And then Holder Back to the top of the order. Boswell doubled his first at bat. And a fastball for a called strike at the letters from Hayden Gilmore. Moans from the Scott City fans as they see the record about to go to 19-1 if Hayden Gilmore continues this trend. The 0-1 pitch. High and outside, ball one. 1-1 the count to Evan Boswell. Great ball game at Indian Park this afternoon between these two teams. 1-1 the count to Boswell. Gilmore's pitch. Breaking ball. That's the first one he's thrown. That's inside for ball two. 2-1 the count to Boswell. Back to the top of the order. Holder in the on-deck circle for Scott City. The 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss and a good fastball. 2-2 the count to Boswell. Hayden has primarily went with the heater here, trying to close this one out. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, nobody on, and time is called by Boswell. The senior lefty, Hayden Gilmore, the 2-2. High, ball 3, and the count goes full to Boswell. He represents the tying run in this ball game. Scott City fans on the edge of their seat, trying to encourage Boswell to reach base. The 3-2 from Gilmore. Swing and a miss. There's out number 2 in the inning. Good fastball. There's 2 down. Lane Holder, 2 for 2 on the day, steps in. This is going to be a lefty-on-lefty matchup. He's been hit by a pitch, singled a couple of times to right field. Lane Holder facing Hayden Gilmore. Last hope for the Rams with 2 outs in the 7th. First pitch inside. And that's strike 1, a foul tip. It hit, I think, the knob of the bat. Boy, it almost hit Holder on the hands, but just tipped the knob of that bat. With a fastball high and tight. Now the 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball is high, ball 1. 1-1 the count. Lowry in the on-deck circle for the Rams. Kennett leading 3-2. 2 outs, nobody on, top of the 7th for Scott City. The 1-1 pitch. Strike at the knees with a fastball. 1-2 the count to Holder. Hayden Gilmore, the senior lefty, trying to close it out. The 1-2 pitch with 2 down. Swing and a miss. That's a Kennett Indian winner. Indians win it 3-2 and hand Scott City their first loss of the season. And we'll come back, check the final totals from Indian Park right after this.
Baker Implement Company and Case IH are proud to support area high school athletics.
The same way we have supported our customers and the community for 86 years.
Visit any of our 13 locations in Southeast Missouri and Northeast Arkansas to experience the power of red and the service and support that has kept customers coming back since 1938.
Case IH and Baker Implement Company, supporting our community on the field and in your field.
You all hear me tell the stories on our Glen St. ads, and I enjoy people coming to me and referring to certain stories. Some of these stories go way back. We will continue to tell stories, mention our troops, and telling our customers how much our families appreciate their business. Our people always look forward to seeing you. We want you to enjoy your visit. Best price, best service. Glen St. and God bless our troops.
Well, back at Indian Park, the Indians win it. Finally, they win one of these close ones against a very good Scott City Rams ball club. who suffers their first loss of the season. They're now 19-1 on the season. A 3-2 victory for the Kennett Indians. Indians jumped out on top with a solo home run by Caleb Duncan, straightaway center field. The next scoring came by Scott City in the third as they put a run on the board. We stayed tied until the top of the sixth inning. Scott City took the lead 2-1 in the top half of the inning, but Kennett with 2 runs in the bottom half of the inning to go up 3-2, and then Hayden Gilmore in relief trying to get the final 3 outs. He was up to the task. 1-2-3. The Rams retired in the 7th, and the Indians get a 3-2 victory. 2 runs, 6 hits for Scott City in the ball game. They committed 2 errors for Kennett. 3 runs on 5 hits, and Kennett committed 1 error. Overall, a well-played ball game in this one, and the Indians win it 3-2. As looking at the pitching in this ball game, getting the win, Cade Anderson pitched the final 2 innings after Hayden Wilson went the first 4. Hayden pitched 4 innings, gave up 3 hits, 1 run. He walked 1, struck out 5. Anderson gave up 3 hits, allowed 1 run, and it was earned, and he struck out 1 in the ball game. And Hayden Gilmore coming in for the final inning, and he got a couple of strikeouts in the final 3 in this one. As for Scott City, a nice start, 5 innings for Lowry, as he gave up 4 hits, 1 run. It was earned, the home run to Duncan. He walked 5 and struck out 7. And then Watson gave up a 1 hit, 2 runs, and it was earned. He walked 3 and struck out 2 in his 1 inning of appearance as Watson takes the loss in the ball game. And Anderson gets the victory. Gilmore gets the save. They're not going to have a JV game. They are going to be working on the field, probably going to prepare to put the tarp on. But Kennett wins this one 3-2, a great victory and a great way to kind of jumpstart things. As weather permitting, we have a game against Paragould, and then we'll go on the road first round of the SEMO Conference Tournament to take on Poplar Bluff on Friday. That's the upcoming schedule. I mentioned the scheduling for the SEMO Conference Tournament is an absolute mess, as 3 teams have homecomings on Saturday night, and we have no idea what the game times are going to be on Saturday. Depends on who wins and who loses and where they're going to go. But I do know some of the prom schools will be playing at 9 o'clock on Saturday morning. Prom for Kennett is over, so I don't expect a 9 o'clock game, but just stay tuned. We'll know where we're going to be on Saturday. Well, it was a thriller, folks. 3-2. Indians get the victory. Scott City suffers their first loss of the season, but Scott City, a quality ball club. Good luck to the Rams the rest of the way as they compete in Class 3 District 2 as they are making the home stretch down to their district tournament. 3-2. Indians win. Hopefully we'll have baseball at Indian Park tomorrow as the Paragould Rams, the scheduled opponent. I'm Perry Jones. Thanks to all of our sponsors who make our broadcast possible. Tad Jones, our video director and coordinator. Monty Lyons handling the radio duties. 3-2 the final. Indians win it from Indian Park. We'll talk to you again tomorrow afternoon with more Kennett Indian baseball.
This has been Kennett Indian Baseball. Title sponsors for our broadcast: Farm Credit Services of Southeast Missouri, Baker Implement Company, NEA Baptist Hospital, and by Wilcoxon's Home Place Furniture. Radio and video sponsors include Glen Sane Motors, Southern Bank, Duncan Sheet Metal, State Farm Agent Greg Wilson, Southeast Missouri State University, the Kennett Country Club, First State Community Bank, and by the Kennett Board of Public Works. Radio sponsors include Harris Pharmacy, Skeeter Kell Sporting Goods, Wayne Chiropractic, Wes and Chantel Bentley and Bentley Farms, Ultimate Fitness, FM Bank, and by Patterson's Auto Sales. This broadcast has been a production of Pollock Broadcasting Company.